Move over, coastal grandma. This season, we're all becoming fishermen. In 2025, it's never been easier to find your own niche aesthetic. Over the past couple of years, we have seen decade-defining trends such as Black Summer, through that cowboy, this is all I have from that, and my personal favourite, medieval cool. You're just going to keep this on. We found that these trends come from any kind of celebrities who are debuting new styles. We've had a massive influx of pop stars bringing back this almost culty resurgence of style following. And microtrends can also be indicative of anything from economy to how the world is faring at the moment. So it's no wonder that in tumultuous political times we are going through all of these different microtrends. This summer, according to new data and reports, we will be throwing out our cowboy boots for welly boots as we go to Fisherman Court. Ahoy! The trend has made waves across trend predicting platforms, for example Pinterest. Pinterest says that fisherman sandals will increase in popularity by 30%. Cable knit jumpers will increase by 110% this summer. The term fish bag has increased by 50%. Raincoat outfit ideas, that phrase, has increased by 35%, and sardine tattoo has increased by 80%. A massive indicator of trends is obviously the runway. On the spring-summer 25 season, we have seen lots of fisherman trends. These include this yellow raincoat by Prada, this sheer jumper by Fendi, and this adorable LV lobster purse, which I need in my life. Although I'm all aboard for cable knits and net totes, I did wonder what actual fishermen thought about this trend and whether they thought it was any good for their industry or whether they kind of felt that it was a bit of a gimmick. Let's go find out. I am here in the very sunny Port Call to see if we can find some fishermen to ask for their thoughts. So, we were unsuccessful on the fisherman front, but fear not, we're stocked up. After stocking up on lots of fish and chips, we headed to the shops to see if we could actually find some fisherman outfits. Found lots of stripes, lots of lace, very overpriced on the high street. We hit the second-hand shops afterwards and you'll be able to see that we could find a lot more there. We also found a lot of butter yellow, and I think this has to do with that fisherman bright yellow and it becoming more of a high street staple. You can see here butter yellow. Straw bags were everywhere, like everywhere, and the sea iconography, it was everywhere. Like there was so much fish related stuff, and lobsters, oh my goodness, they put lobsters on everything. Bag charms, bikinis, everything. It was amazing. Yeah, so here we are at the secondhand store. Lots of knitwear. There wasn't so much accessory wise, but you could definitely find your basics in the secondhand store for a lot cheaper. We also found some welly boots too, which was really cool. So after all that important research, here's what I found. I put this secondhand Primark jumper, cable knit, with these jeans and some classic green welly boots, but then I decided that the leopard print were better and more me and very on trend. I added these linen trousers, but if you prefer a shorter look, we had these tiny little mini skirts, which I also incidentally found in my wardrobe. I preferred the white one, and then I layered on this jumper in case it got cold. I actually made this hat, no one else likes it, but I love it. So, or I found this genuine fisherman hat in my wardrobe. Perfect. Is this a realistic looking fisherman outfit? Probably not. But I did want to actually find out what fishermen had to say about this trend. Unfortunately, the fishermen don't seem to like the wet weather that we're having at the moment, so it was quite difficult to find some people. But I did manage to speak to a fisher lady, Ashley Mullinger. She is an influencer on Instagram. She goes by the Female Fisherman. She is very, very cool. She actually won Fisherman of the Year 2022, and she is a commercial fisherman by day, influencer by night. She's written a book and she's just generally a great feminist advocate, so I thought who better to speak to than Ashley. I wanted to ask, what fishermen actually think about this trend, because for you, is it weird to hear?
It's not weird to hear. I don't think it's very accurate by the sounds of it, if you know what I mean, because most fishermen that I know literally wear tracksuit bottoms, the oldest shittest t-shirt you can find, and rigger boots, and I don't think anybody's opting to to wear that as a fashion statement. Do you know what I mean? It's also to do with the fact that it's a really active job.
Mm.
And like, so for me personally, like I'll always wear like running leggings underneath my oilskins because I need that freedom of movement.
Do you
Yeah.
think this is going to be a positive thing or a negative thing for?
I honestly don't think it will have an effect. Sometimes it does annoy me that like we are stereotyped.
Mm.
I think the fishing industry can any attention the fishing industry can get is good.
Mhm.
Um, because it is such a small, like I say, it's such a small industry and it is in such rapid decline, and young people and new entrants are hard to come by. So anything that kind of increases the profile of the sector is always going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, and if they think that we're fashion icons, well, that's even better, right? It's not seen as a glamorous job. It's not seen as something that you can aspire to do lots of different things, or it's something that's got, it's cold, it's got long hours, those hours are unsociable, the money's sometimes can be good, sometimes the money is non-existent because it's very weather dependent. So yeah, it's not it's not something that's appealing to young people because like the positives of it aren't being shown. Someone needs to rebrand this then so that it's actually accurate, and then see if it does as well as a fashion trend.
Do you all wear the yellow oilskin with the little pink? Because I actually love that so
Um,
much.
that's that's actually a new range that's been launched by Guy Cotton for women. It's the first time they've done an oilskin specifically for women,
Right.
and it's been out less than a year.
Hmm.
Um, not all the women like the pink because it can be stereotyped. Oh, we're women, we should like pink.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, personally, I love it, so it works out well for me. But yellow is, like you say, yellow is a big theme and color in the industry, and that's not just because yellow is a nice, happy, bright color. It's because it's to do with safety.
Yeah, cool.
If it's the only you don't find yellow in a natural sea landscape, do you? So it's if someone were to go overboard or someone was to go missing,
Hmm.
seeing that a flash of yellow is a safety thing.
Yeah.
If someone could design me a lovely dress made out of an oilskin, if you've got if this is read by any young fashion designers and they want to design me like a really cute fisherman style dress.
After speaking with Ashley, I really wanted to see some fishermen in action, so I headed to Trunant Fishery and spoke with the owner there. He was a bit camera shy, but he did mention that a lot of the fishermen do wear protective gear when they're in the water, and you'll be able to see in the distance that there is a guy wearing a protective high vis jacket. Then I spoke to a local fisherman. So I'm here with Sam Rolls, who fishes, and I wondered if you could tell me what you like to wear when you go fishing.
Well, it all depends on the weather. If it's raining or blowing and cold, I would wear waterproofs. But if it was fine weather, I would wear just ordinary gear.
So it's not a fashion show when you go.
Oh, no.
No.
Well,
Cool.
really, the kids got to go in a little bit of water.
Yeah.
No waders, I won't wear waders, but you're only from the river.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, it'd be just ordinary clothes.
Yeah.
All depending on the weather.
And I wondered, have you heard of fisherman core?
No.
It's a fashion trend at the moment. This is it.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got like the jumpers and the wellies and things like that.
Yeah.
Would you say that you would wear that kind of thing to go fishing? Do you think, or do you think not?
Yeah, I would if I was younger.
Do you think that fast fashion and things affect people who fish?
No.
No.
Fishermen, they don't bother with fashion or nothing.
Yeah.
You can get the art with all the hooks and flies and everything like that, but they mostly in tin, do they?
It sounds like Fisherman Core isn't actually based on fishermen at all. And as Ashley mentioned, the fishing industry is struggling, despite its produce being one of the main components of our daily diets. So the best thing this trend could do is shed light on this community. Not only is climate change a massive factor, which fast fashion and microtrends have a big part to play in, it's also really struggling employment-wise. As Ashley mentioned, it's very difficult for them to gain a lot of younger employees because not many people want to go into the fishing industry anymore. According to a report last year from the charity Focus on Labour Exploitation, there is no labour market enforcement in UK fishing, meaning that employees can work in often unethical conditions. And according to the Blue Marine Foundation, 30% of jobs in the fishing industry have been lost since 2016. So the job market in the fishing industry is also really struggling. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you'd like me to cover any other trends that will be coming out very soon, and I can show you how to recreate them. Thank you for watching.